Action. And welcome to this very insightful and of course educating episode of The Desk, where we're going to be talking a lot of project management. Ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, better yet lean forward or even stand up, because tonight the man in the chair, I tell you, he is from GKK. It is one of the biggest property consulting companies in town and in the country. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Abdul Semanda. He's project manager from this company, and I tell you, he's going to be sharing a lot of tips. Are you a youth? You just done with campus? We're going to be talking a lot of project management. Now, thank you very much for watching U24. We trust that every time you watch U24, you're inspired, you're motivated, and above all, you are educated. Now, you're logged onto the continent's leading intellectual platform, the highest platform for solution finding. I tell you, now more than ever, I am Shadrach Shagaf Kisame. Now, this is a discussion that is always worth hearing. This is a show that we are certainly and absolutely sure is going to impact the entire overview of the political, the social, and above all, the economic atmosphere of this country and the East African region as a whole. Now, the desk has started. Sit back, relax. Better yet, lean forward or stand up, because we are talking to Mr. Abdul Nasser Semanda. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Good to see you, man.
It's really a pleasure to be here. Good evening to all our viewers.
Oh, yes.
It's such a pleasure to be here. This is the best show, The Desk.
Okay, thank you very much.
And I'm really comfortable to make my maiden appearance here.
Okay, thank you very much. And actually, before we even talk to the youth out there, you know, it was a sad week last week for the country of Kenya. Now, to all our brothers and sisters who are in Kenya, we want to take a moment of silence for you, and please accept our condolences, because they lost their long-term serving president, His Excellency Arap Moi. Now, Arap Moi, you know, with Kenya, it seems like they apart from Jomo Kenyatta, they've been having all their presidents.
Exactly.
Yeah, now this man, all of a sudden, he goes, and it's been a terrible moment for them.
It's really terrible, and we really send our condolences to their group families. The President Arap Moi was really a great president.
But don't you think, Abdul, we have something to learn as Uganda?
Yeah, I think we have something to learn.
All these guys, all their presidents have been around.
Exactly.
But we have none. Do we?
Yeah.
Bina Issa died recently.
Yeah, Bina Issa died. But we don't pray for anything bad.
Yeah.
We pray for the best for all our people.
I'm thinking we should have like 3 ex-presidents, and we say Jalan was a president, this is us, and we see him and he gives us some knowledge.
I understand, but let's hope for the best.
Okay.
We are really pushing forward with the current president. We believe in the future to come, there will be a transition.
All right. You are professional when it comes to project management, and you are a youth. Before we even go to what it means to the youth, what a project manager does, what is project management? Let's just start.
Yeah, project management is basically a way a person organizes and manages resources to complete a project.
Okay.
And the person who organizes resources to complete a project is a project manager. When you talk about a project is a piece of work which is not an operation or a process. A project has a start, it has an end, and it has a goal.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what it means with project management.
So you're organizing resources.
Yeah, to complete a project.
That is when someone has given you the resources. But before you even dive into, you already have the resources and you're organizing them. A lot of youths have no resources.
I understand.
What? In your knowledge, I always ask this question to intellectuals like you who sit and grace their presence on the desk. And we're trying to find out, how do we get these resources? Like you work with the GKK, and I mean, this is Mr. Kirumira. This is one of the billionaires, the few billionaires we have in the country.
I understand.
But you liaise with those guys. You're always with those top billionaires, but they're old. I mean, now the youth like us, like you, Abdul, if you wanted to get resources, if you want to get money, what do you think we should do?
Yeah, I think the youth. I recently saw the youth from Makerere University putting placards of what's next.
What's next, yes.
I think the youth should know that each one of us has a divine opportunity. It has a divine miracle, and if we choose to work hard, that's what brings on the success. I've always told the youth that once we quit, there is no chance of anything happening. We need to keep pushing. So I don't want them to sit there. The youth can start something. You don't need to start big, you need to start small. If they have some little resources, if they can start up something small, if you can start up a saloon, if you can start up, you're frying pancakes.
Abdul, those things work.
Yeah,
Someone can
they
start
work.
one saloon,
Mm.
start up another, and make millions. Is that a reality?
For me, in my view, is for the youth to start small and also to appreciate
Okay.
the petty jobs.
Okay.
I want to be very sincere to the people that my first job wasn't that good in terms of payment. It gave me experience. I remember I used to.
But come on, I know your background from Blue Flame.
Yeah,
Now you're with GKK.
Yeah.
Those are all nice jobs.
Yeah, but by the start, from after school, you know,
Okay.
after school, you lack the experience. I remember I went to seek my first job at Blue Flame, and they were only willing to offer me 300,000. I had to travel from Mutungo to Seguku, and probably the 300 could only fit into the transport.
Yes.
If I were a youth who wanted to give up, I would have stopped. But I said, it's okay, let me pick on this experience. And from there, I got appreciated. They kept on increasing my salary. They kept on improving me. And I thank Blue Flame so much. So it basically means if I had given up, if I didn't take on this opportunity, because as a graduate of economics at Macquarie University, I had a very good degree,
Yes.
and I hoped to have gotten better. But let them be willing to start small, and that's how they grow big. That's how they garner resources. That's how people get to appreciate them.
But you know, Abdul, you see, it is also important to understand the context that these youth are in, because you find a youth who has to pay rent, a youth who has to probably take care of siblings, and you find out that they really, really need something more. And now they have to enterprise. So you discover that the 300,000 probably, were you paying rent? Or you are still in mommy's house?
Yeah, the 300,000 that I was getting is true, I was still at my father's house, and that also gave me certain aid. The problem with the youth these days, sometimes they want to leave so early.
Okay, that's
they
important.
don't have anything, but they want the independence,
Okay.
because they want to feel this self-entitlement, but then they don't have the resources yet. If your father can support you in your early years after school, it's okay, you can stay home.
Okay.
They fear the restrictions, and they go to rent, and they suffer a lot. Yet if you work, as you stay home for some few months, and you get where to stay when you've done some savings. I believe also the youth should know that saving is really a real deal. As an economist, I know.
Can you still save in this economy? Can you even save 10,000?
Yeah, why not?
Can you? Is it a reality?
Saving is one of the ways how we grow.
Okay.
In economics, we know that the marginal propensity to save, it should be equal to the marginal propensity to invest. We believe that when you save money and you invest in something, it becomes better. But the problem with this country, or with the youth, is that the marginal propensity to consume, the consumption rates, you see them in the bars every day. You see them buying all these nice things. There's no reason of looking rich when you don't have this money.
That's true. That's
so
true.
I think the youth should reprioritize.
Okay, let's get back. Because, I'm going to be going for a short break. But before we go for a short break, you've taught us what project management is. So what do you do? What are the roles or responsibilities of a project manager in case the opportunity came?
Exactly. That's a good question. I'm currently a project manager at GKK Property Management and Services. And we are currently working at Royal Complex. We are building 51 apartments. So far, our work is really moving on well, and we believe in a few months we shall be handing over the project. I'm working on it as a project manager. So among the responsibilities of a project manager, first of all, as a project manager, you should ensure that the project completes in a certain specified time, scope, and the budget. As a project manager, you should ensure that this project we've started, we should make the team oriented, and we should know that if we have promised to deliver this project in this time, we should deliver it in that time.
Okay.
In this specific budget, we should avoid discrepancies to see that the project finishes in that period.
How do these discrepancies come in a nutshell? How do discrepancies come in a budget? Because
sometimes the discrepancies come when you've not stated well the things you might need. Sometimes there are those margins of error. And that comes out of the fact that sometimes maybe the some of the materials probably hikes the prices, and it can lead to some discrepancy, some fluctuations in prices.
51 apartments is over $1 million.
Exactly.
How do you manage your budget to avoid error or discrepancies? How do you do this? That's a very big budget.
Yeah, to avoid the errors, you make sure that we get all these all these heads of the different departments, the ones who are heading this and this, they tell us what do they need, and we assess it. What do you need in this? And we try to budget according to the materials that will be needed, and that's how we do this budget, and that's how we do the planning. How long will this take? So I believe as a project, you should make sure that you follow it up very well.
Okay, as we're still those responsibilities, I'm going to be going for a short break, but when we come back, we finish up the responsibilities, and then we'll go to something else after a short break.
Sure.
Now, you are still on the continent's leading intellectual platform, and tonight we're talking project management. The man in the chair, ladies and gentlemen, he is a man of experience. He's not someone who just went and picked up information on TV, pocketed it, and now he's telling us. He has facts on hand, and we're getting educated. Now, do not go away. We are still at the Nube Home and your New 24, and we are live.